If you ask women what part of a man's body is the most attractive to them, their answer is almost guaranteed to be the bum. What they're looking for is a cute, firm, round little booty that rounds out from the back of their suit pants like two balloons ready to fly away. Yes, you heard us right, women love big man bums, and there's nothing you can do about it. Except train your bum, or become Chris Bumstead, because he's definitely a very big man bum. Get it? Bum? See bum? Okay, moving on. In short, having non-existent glutes as a male is definitely a big no-no. Men often tend to put more focus on growing their upper body. That's great and all, but there comes a point in time where more upper body size does not equal more attention from women. It's actually the opposite. You'll just have more men in your DMs overproducing saliva over your huge pecs and triceps. So stop skipping leg day because you might end up on the KFC menu as chicken legs. Okay, all jokes aside, in this video we'll be listing the best glute exercises you can do. The glute exercises we're about to go over target all parts of the glutes, which is exactly what you need if you want well-developed and round glutes. The first category of exercises that are one of the best to build your glutes are thrust exercises. These types of exercises include the barbell hip thrust or any variation of a hip thrust. These can be done on a bench with a barbell, but they can also be done with your own body weight, with one leg at a time, or even on the floor without a bench. So you have many variations to choose from and see which one is the best fit for you, depending on where you are strength-wise. Hip thrust exercise build the upper and lower glutes and provide the most amount of tension on the glutes when they're in the fully contracted position. This means that your glutes get the most tension when your hips are in the top range of each rep with your glutes contracted, which also makes it the hardest part of each rep. The next category of exercises that are great for building your glutes are squat and lunge exercises. These types of exercises have many variations, so you have many to choose from. The most popular one is, of course, the barbell squat. The barbell squat is a great choice for progressive overloading and going very heavy. Doing many reps on the barbell squat has its downsides because your stabilizing muscles often get fatigued before your target muscles do. Your target muscles would obviously be your glutes and quads. And when doing many reps, for example 12 or more, your other muscles that hold the bar on your shoulders and keep your back stable often get fatigued, which makes it hard to keep going and reach muscle failure for your target muscles. It's super common that your lower back gets tired when doing high reps on the barbell squat, which makes it almost impossible to keep your form good and reach muscle failure for your glutes and quads. That's why it's wise to focus on getting stronger in the lower rep ranges on the squat and doing higher reps on other leg exercises in this category. Other great exercises in this category include lunges, Bulgarian split squats, and step-ups. These exercises can be done with your own body weight, which is great for perfecting your form before adding more weight. The Bulgarian split squat is among the most hated exercises by gym goers because of how difficult it is. You'll definitely contemplate going home and ditching the rest of your workout at some point when doing the Bulgarian split squats. But it's honestly more of a love-hate relationship because the Bulgarian split squat is such a great exercise for building your glutes. The step-ups are also a great option that's often overlooked or done wrong. So many people don't get to experience the real benefit of this exercise because they use their non-working leg to help push themselves up. That's not what you want to do because that takes way too much tension off the leg you're actually training. What you want to do is start with a small box to step on and then gradually increase the height as you get stronger. The squat and lunge exercises emphasize the lower glutes and quads and provide the most amount of tension on the glutes when they're in a fully stretched position. This means that your glutes get the most tension when you're at the bottom part of each rep when your glutes are stretched. This makes the hip thrust and the squat a great duo for building your glutes, as the hip thrust put the most tension on your glutes in the top range of each rep with your glutes fully contracted, whereas the squat puts most tension on your glutes in the bottom range of each rep with your glutes fully stretched. For the next category, we've got hinge exercises. Hinge exercises are basically just deadlifts, but not just regular deadlifts. You see, there are a few different variations of a deadlift, and some target the glutes better than others. So you have your typical deadlift, where your feet are placed close together. This has more of a hamstring and back focus, but does also target your glutes a great bit. You also have your Romanian deadlifts, where the focus is mainly your hamstrings and glutes. There are two types of Romanian deadlift. There's the stiff leg deadlift and the normal Romanian deadlift. The stiff-legged deadlift has way more hamstring activation, which is why we recommend doing the normal RDLs. Make sure you keep your knees slightly bent and focus on pushing your bum back towards all the creeps staring at you in the back, and really focus on feeling your glute stretch. If you're doing more of a conventional deadlift but with more glute focus, then you should perform the sumo deadlift. This type of deadlift has you with a wider feet stance and puts way more tension on your glutes than the typical deadlift form. This way of deadlifting is very much like doing a wide stance squat, but the difference is you hold the barbell with your hands instead of resting it on your traps. Hinge exercises emphasize the lower glutes but also have a lot of hamstring involvement. Alright, moving on. The next category of exercises are exercises that involve abduction. In simpler terms, it's just moving your lower limbs away from the midline of your body. These types of exercises mostly emphasize the upper glutes by targeting the gluteus medius, which is a muscle that's often neglected. You've probably seen the hip abduction machine in your local gym. That machine is a great abduction exercise for your lower body. You do have more abduction exercise options, but most of them require resistance bands, where you place a small resistance band around your ankles and move one of your lower limbs away from your body. This can also be achieved with a cable machine, where you wrap an ankle wrap around your ankles and do the same thing. To be frank, the hip abduction machine is the best choice you have and will put more tension on your glutes than the resistance bands. The biggest reason why you get more glute tension from the machine is because you'll be able to produce more force with your glutes. This all comes down to stability, and you're able to be much more stable on a hip abduction machine compared to using a cable machine or resistance bands. The more stable you can be, the easier it is to isolate a muscle, therefore getting more tension and the ability to produce more force, which ultimately increases the likelihood of muscle growth. This is why we recommend using the handles on any given machine in your gym. Holding your body tight will increase your body's stability and decrease muscle activation in any stabilizing muscles, which will in turn put more tension through the target muscle. So, in summary, combining these categories of exercises will help you develop your glutes the best way possible. As each of those categories train the glutes differently, you'll get better overall glute development and won't have to deal with having some parts of your glutes overdeveloped while others are underdeveloped. Okay, now you know what exercises you can include when training your glutes. But as with any muscle group, if you want it to grow and get stronger, it's super important to lift heavier and do more reps over time, aka progressive overload. Make sure you watch this video next if you want to learn exactly how you can start implementing progressive overload into your training.